Whether it's Michael Langley or the BBC, we will push whatever narrative we want to make sure that we destabilize the Sahel. This particular young man, Ibrahim Traore, is a threat. He's a threat to what we want to accomplish. He's a threat to our position in this world. We want to be the first world countries to call all the shots, to be in control of whatever narrative, to control the minds of the young people. And we cannot have such an individual out here, such an African guy, this young man out here dictating, getting the attention and the influence on young people of the Gen Zs. We don't want this. We need to push whatever narrative we can. We'll use the media. We'll use a supposed general, Michael Langley. We don't give a crap if the African community comes out here and refers to him as a house Negro. We don't care. Whatever we have to do, we have to make sure that we put our minds to it. We need to accomplish what we want to accomplish. We are the imperialistic countries. We are France. We will use whatever freaking French agents we have to go down there in the Sahel, in Africa, through one of their puppets, through that Ivory Coast, who we've taught a lesson in 2010 by freaking bombing the freaking state house. They are weak to the core. They are demoralized. Those particular ones, those Ivorians, will make sure that the dance to our tune, those ones are weak. We have them, in the palm of our hands. We can do whatever we want to do with those particular Ivorians. Yes, we have to make sure that we continue to do everything in our power to make sure that we infiltrate that Sahel. That confederation is not a good thing for us. It shouldn't exist, actually. This ECOWAS, that particular bloc in West Africa, hasn't done its job. It was supposed to execute certain actions out here to make sure that those particular coups in the Sahel be dismantled. And for example, in Niger, with Mohamed Bazoum, he was supposed to be reinstated. But ECOWAS has failed us, so France, we will do our utmost best to make sure that we do whatever we want to do to continue to penetrate the freaking Sahel. BBC, go out there and release whatever article, push whatever narrative you can. Let's start getting into the young minds of the African folks. Let's start pushing this agenda. The moment we push this agenda and they keep swallowing it, like they swallowed the narrative we pushed on Mohammed Gaddafi and the Libyan people, they will buy it when we eventually take the initiative to come out here and conduct invasions. That gold is important to us. This particular Burkina Faso is out here using its gold for its own benefit. These junta leaders, these post-junta leaders, these aren't the revolutionaries. These are people against our agenda. We need to do anything in our power to make sure that we get rid of them. 20 coups is not enough. Keep going until you succeed. That's the thought, that's the plan, that's the agenda of these imperialistic countries.
We rebuke this agenda. The youth is strong. The youth is behind the Traore revolution and the Sahel revolution.
You think so?
Yes, they are.
The youth is behind it.
Yes.
What gives you that impression?
Because they are out here on social media. They went on the April 30th in support.
On the what?
On April 30th.
April 30th,
yes, in support of Traore.
Mm-hmm.
And they are out on the media mentioning it, saying it, rebuking all of that.
On social media?
Yes.
Rebuking. They're not just rebuking. They are out there. They don't want this. We have to be smart here. Because they tried it with Langley, Michael Langley, Afrikaan, the general. That's not a general in my book. The speech that Ibrahim Traore gave in Moscow in one of those interviews to that one particular lady, he really actually now responded to those lies.
Yes, he did.
By Langley.
Yeah. He just completely said, he said it's unfounded. I mean, what is unfounded, and he
said he was lying, basically, his words. Ibrahim Traore did not act like a politician. This is what's so cool about him. He's so real and authentic, and he was having that interview. He says, he needs to come out here, this particular Michael Langley needs to come out here and basically apologize. It's nice, huh?
Yes.
A young 37-year-old Capitan, loved by the entire black race, not just the people of Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore is loved by the entire black race. At least the black folks that are out here thinking. Yes, yes. A lot of them are still distracted also. A lot of my people are still distracted also. They don't understand what kind of movement we're living in.
Yeah, a lot of them are just maybe just looking at what is happening and not really saying anything. It's, what is this Traore? They're just doing that, but they're not really voicing their opinion on it, showing their support.
Mainstream media did not report any of these protests that happened, like you said, on the 30th of April in Ghana, in the whole of west coast of Africa, by the way. Some countries in Europe also went out and protest. Some countries in, Kenya did it. I saw some South African did it. Oof, I was shocked to see, but maybe there's a spirit of awakening there in South Africa. For the black folks, black South Africans are sleeping. We're going to get into why we say black South Africans are sleeping towards the end of the show. But for now, let's stick with the Capitan. So the Capitan came out here in Moscow because he did 2 interviews over there. And one of the interviews that I really loved was the one that he did with a lady. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. Captain Traore's presence was outshining everything. Every single leader also who attended that victory celebration, I don't remember them. Only the president of Brazil a little bit, because he met Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
Yeah, you don't really see it. I don't really know anyone that went there. It's only China and Ibrahim Traore. That's all that I saw, basically.
Maduro is quite a figure. He's also a little bit of a symbol of resistance towards the West.
Yes.
In that Venezuela. Oh, he's Venezuelan president. Sorry, did I say Brazil back then? My brain is telling me I said Brazil.
You did,
Sorry,
yeah.
It's Venezuela, yes. Even the rules can make mistakes sometimes. I'm only human, no problemo. But Captain Ibrahim Traoré said in that meeting, Michael Langley, the supposed general of AFRICOM, that supposed House Negro, needs to come out here and apologize. If he does that, he needs to own up to it. If he said everything he said about me, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, because he got a false report, perhaps because anything can happen. If he got a false report, that's maturity from Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
Yeah.
He basically said there's a possibility that stands that this grown-ass man came out here saying things, saying lies, or spewing things based on a false report. There's a possibility.
Yeah.
So you, Michael Langley, listen to the intellect and the consideration of a captain, a true captain, a true general.
Yes.
He still says, wait a minute. You know, before we just condemn this guy, first of all, we don't like it. We know that these are the tactics of the West. But what if it's a mistake? Just that consideration.
Exactly.
That open-mindedness. Let me keep an open mind to perhaps maybe.
Yeah.
Is mature.
And also the response that they did towards that Langley thing. I mean, the U.S. Senate, they televised that so-called, that thing. And
You mean the sitting itself, the session?
yeah, the session.
In the Senate.
They televised that. But the way Burkina Faso responded, it was in a diplomatic way. So it was private to say like, okay, we disagree with what you are saying. Can you give us evidence, of what you were saying? He went through diplomatic channels to the International Cooperation Minister.
Of course, he released later already denouncing those little stupid, I don't even want to call it false accusations, those lies. They denounced those lies made by Michael Langley, and then now that he had the opportunity to attend Celebration Day in Russia, yeah, of course, this is an interview. I'm being asked a question on this thing. Let me respond. And his response straight came out of his own mouth, straight out of Captain Ibrahim Traoré's mouth.
Yeah.
Not through the other guy, through his own mouth, saying exactly what I wanted to hear. He lied, man. You have to keep it real and authentic. We need leaders out here who keep it real and authentic.
Yes.
He understands also that Africans are fed up. We Africans are sick and tired of living in a world where imperialism dictates our lives. We're sick and tired of it. It's about damn time that we all keep coming out here unapologetically and involve ourselves, participate in this revolution. You see, listen, if you want to change your life as an African person, as a black person, you have to be willing, you have to do something. You have to participate. You can't come out here. Some of these Africans are just watchers. Just watchers. I'm just gonna watch.
Yes.
Oh my God, did you hear about that? Oh my God, did you? Interesting. Let's see what will happen. No, you need to participate. Either you need to go out there and protest and be a part of the protest. If you're not robust, if you're not outgoing, if you don't have a voice, whatever it is, you still need to find a way. Tweet about it. Tweet about it. Put an X about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
Be a part of this moment, this history, because we don't want 1887 to repeat itself.
No
When
way.
they did that on Sankara.
On Sankara, yes. This is what we want to denounce. This is what we are denouncing. That whole Gaddafi thing, that whole Patrice Lumumba. We don't want that.
Patrice Lumumba. It's not even a secret no more. Everybody just comes out here and says it's the CIA that was behind that. It's not a secret no more. Those freaking Europeans, they actually took Patrice Lumumba's tooth. They took his tooth after all that crap and they went to go and keep it in freaking Europe.
Yeah.
Just imagine look, when these people, whoever they are, those individuals, the ones that are out here to push the narrative, the agendas, that did it to Mohammed Gaddafi, when they get ready to execute, they don't think about you.
No way.
They want to teach a lesson to cripple anybody else who might want to come out here and do the same thing.
Yeah.
They're thinking to themselves, that's what they like to say, even to Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Do you know what you're getting yourself into? Man, 20 coups, 19 coups, whatever, how many coups or assassination attempts. That's not a freaking joke, huh?
No.
This particular individual, this Capitan, knows full well that he knows exactly what he has chosen. I'm putting my life on the line.
Yes, this is what I want to do. I'm fighting for my country. I'm fighting for my country's sovereignty.
You know, his fight, which should be our fight, all of us, is not just against France, because France is out here exploiting Burkina Faso's natural resources and never really doing anything in the interest of Burkina Faso, although they are benefiting from it. His fight is not just against freaking France.
Yeah.
It's against that term, imperialism and neocolonialism.
Yes.
So any freaking person who's out here who has traits of that, any nation, any colonizer, any country, any that comes out here and acts like a freaking colonizer or an imperialistic country who comes out here to exploit others is against that kind of system.
Yes.
That's why he has the support of so many people around the world. Because even certain countries in Latin America, even Asia, a lot in Africa, they are all getting the short end of the stick because of imperialism, neocolonialism. The system is designed in a way to keep you crippled, economically crippled. You can never do anything. You need to hold your bank reserves with France. You colonies, all 15 or 14 of you, you core nations, whoever the hell you are, you guys must keep your bank reserves in France. And we, France, we have the first right of refusal. We're talking about neocolonialism, this system that Captain Ibrahim Traoré is fighting against. It's the colonial pacts that most Africans don't know about. You see, when we come out here and we want to teach Africans or remind them, awaken them a little bit about neocolonialism, we want them to pay attention to those colonial pacts that was signed for the continuation of colonization.
Yes.
These freaking imperialistic countries are out here saying, we helped colonize your ass. We built infrastructure in your countries. We had to borrow money from all these IMFs and all these World Banks to come into this freaking Africa and build things and put things in place. Now that you have freaking independence, you owe us money. So for the rest of life, you must pay us billions and billions of dollars. Colonial debt. You owe us, you African people. Now stand here, you have independence. But we didn't choose this freaking method, this financial situation, this whole, you guys borrow, you guys whip us also at the same time. Whip us, treat us like freaking slaves and all. And then in the 1960s, when you give us independence, we will owe you.
What nonsense.
That's colonial pacts.
Yes.
The moment these African countries supposedly got independence in the 1960s, all of that freaking colonial, whatever debt or repaying them back should have been scrapped.
Yeah, because you gave us independence. Let us now fend for ourselves. We don't owe you nothing anymore.
Even the freaking fact that we have to say you gave us pisses me the hell off. It was never used to give anyway in the freaking first place.
You guys just carved it up in 1884.
You guys were freaking intruders when you landed here. You know, there's a freaking show, there's somewhere in the UK. I forgot the name of that network, but there was a panel of 2 white ladies and 2 white men. One particular man, a white guy, he was saying colonization was wrong. Everything about it was wrong. It should have never happened.
Yes.
We took it upon ourselves as the colonizers to go down into Africa and colonize these people and tell them how to live according to our freaking standard. It was never right. They had their own way of living.
Yes.
Yes, you can say now we did this, we did this, we did that, but it was wrong in the first place. We should have never been out there to impose on these people on how they should live. This one white dude was saying that these other freaking little chicks, these other ladies also, you can see the freaking colonial freaking hair on them. They were there, they were busy saying, but why do we always only hear the bad things about colonizing these African countries? There were some benefits that came out of that. For example, transportation, infrastructure, and accommodation, and medicine, and all this. And there were some good things about colonization. These chicks, they were so freaking passionate as they were talking about it, huh? On this particular network in UK, I'm sure you guys probably saw that. The nerve they got just makes me mad. Say yay, hey.
Yes, man.
It makes me mad also.
To say that we gave you independence.
To hear these freaking folks sit up there on some freaking podium and want to talk about there's some benefits to... Look, we would have you ever heard, have you guys ever heard about the Benin Wall? The Benin Wall was in Nigeria. You know the Great Wall of China? It's huge, right?
Yeah.
It's massive. There's something called the Benin Wall. Just try to Google it real quick. You guys can do the same too. The rules is, don't worry, we're not going anywhere. This is valuetainment. The Benin Wall in Nigeria was one of these walls that was constructed there in Nigeria. It was so huge, that it could go around the United States 3 times.
Jeez.
If you were to put that Benin Wall around the US, it would go 3 times around the US. Yeah. It was built a long time ago. I'm so sorry. Please don't quote me on this. I don't remember the time.
It was built in the 13th century.
The 13th century.
Yes.
Hello, people. Welcome to history. You guys are not following history anymore. Don't worry here. We'll give you a little bit. Please read a little bit about it.
The name is the Benin Moat. Also known as the Benin Wall.
Yeah.
It's a series of massive earthworks encircling the Benin city in Nigeria, in Edo State. These moats have deep historical roots with evidence suggesting their existence before the establishment of the Oba monarchy. Okay. Construction began around 800 AD. And continued until 1460 AD. Yeah.
Black people. Black people. That's the biggest structure perhaps ever constructed in history. And it's able to go around that freaking US perhaps 3 times. You guys just go and read about it. This is not a podcast about that particular wall, but it's just to say, we had our own freaking thing. So that when these freaking ladies stood up on that freaking podium, on that freaking network in the UK, talking about there was some benefits that came out of colonization, it pisses me off. Yeah, hey. Somebody's called yeah, hey here. It pisses me off. We have another fool here. You guys bear with me. Don't worry. We're gonna continue. You are at a place where we have decided, in fact, we don't have a choice, it's who we are.
Yeah.
We allow authenticity and realness to prevail. So if it's your first time on this live stream, welcome. You should be grateful that you have discovered this channel, because there isn't a lot of channels like this one. I am still waiting to find a channel that I can also watch and I hear somebody be so completely freaking real and authentic about the issues and call black, call white.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, man.
So if it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe. There's more for you to see. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, all the freaking 9 yard. But there's a fool here. After hearing me speak about these supposed ladies that had the audacity to be on that freaking podium and talk about the benefits of colonization, a fool here took it upon themselves to write something idiotic, something aggravating. His name is Papi Pipa. That microphone is European.
And the house is European?
He said that microphone is European.
And he said the house.
You see, this freaking mind here is what we're dealing with here. This freaking mind. This mind here. That mic is European. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, boy. You understand? This is the rules. The rules will come out here and tell you to shut your mouth. Your watch is European. Most of the things that Europe has, and I'll tell you something else. Your freaking phone that you have over there belongs to Congolese, because everything in that particular phone is from Congo, from the creme de la creme of the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the rules comes from. I'm sure there are particles in this freaking thing that belongs to Africa. Everything those people have, we are rich in natural resources. You get your freaking ass up out of here, bro. Get your ass up out of here. You see, it's these ones.
Yes,
you see, this mindset. It's European. It's this. Even Apple. All these smartphones, all these things, even weaponry, everything, all the natural. Why do you think that it's the agendas of these imperialistic countries to come out here and make sure that these African nations never develop? Because they want to be able to have the freaking gateway to penetrate any part of Al Kabulain, of the mother's land, and loot.
Yes.
And loot. It pisses them off that there's a young man out here who's not a puppet, a captain that's out here making sure that Burkina Faso becomes self-reliant. We don't depend on your aid. We don't want your aid. We reject these loans from IMF or the World Bank. We are not interested. It pisses them off that this particular young man, Captain Ibrahim Traore, he
is defying all of that. He is saying, no, get out of my country.
I bet you this little puppy doesn't like that.
He's one of those naysayers saying, no. Europe needs to be in that Africa. No.
You know, 2025, finally, it's unapologetic now. Let's talk about this supposed BBC, this freaking BBC. BBC came out here to release that freaking article, huh?
Yes.
When did they release that article?
They released it yesterday.
On what date?
On the date of the 12th of May.
On the 12th of May, BBC took the initiative to come out here and release a freaking article that's out here discrediting the junta, or rather, Captain Ibrahim, Burkina Faso's government, right? To start to accuse them of that crap.
They are trying to just say no. They're using their media to put doubt in the world about Traore.
They think that you African people are still sleeping. They think you're still sleeping, just like you were sleeping in 2010 when they could come out here, push any freaking narrative, and then go into Libya. Look at Libya today.
Yeah.
Look at Libya today. And Muammar Gaddafi, all he was trying to do was just unite Africa. They don't want Africa to be united.
No.
You know, there's something about me. If it's your first time here, listen up so you get to know who I am. There's something about me. The moment somebody just doesn't want me to do something, I just want to do that thing, even if that thing is wrong.
Just to say, you cannot tell me what to do.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You did not give me independence. I have my own independence. I will do this freaking wrong act right now just to prove to you that I can do it because I want to. I'm free to do it out here. Yes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, man. I'll take full responsibility for whatever, but I am doing what I want.
Some people just want to have the power to dictate. I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what to do. Hey, man, no. There's a new spirit of Africans. Let me get back on track.
And I feel like even that spirit of like, telling someone what to do, I feel like it's built into that other race, into the white race. That, it's just, they grow up with it.
The dictating spirit.
Yes.
It's built into what? You said it.
Into the white race.
I told you you're at a place where it's about authenticity. You have to have the mature to be on this particular stream. Huh? So you saying the fact that people dictate, like to tell other people what to do.
Yes.
It comes from that white skin.
Yes.
We are not racist. You understand? We are not racist. But we call a spade a spade. They have the tendency to want to dictate, huh?
Yes.
They don't want to follow.
No.
Let alone be led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who's black.
Yes, and to be told by someone who's younger than them, maybe of that black race, who's usually seen as, the slaves or whatever.
Yes, exactly. The thinkers here, we cannot allow these freaking monkeys to tell us what to do. No. That's what's happening right now. I like the fact that this conversation took us there. Don't worry, we'll be back here in the west of Africa. Let's go down to the south of Africa. South Africa.
Yes.
With the Afrikaners. The Afrikaners don't want to accept that this is a new South Africa and that black South Africa is the one in power.
Yes.
We're talking about the skin still.
Yes.
We are not racist. Disclaimer. We are not racist.
They will create any sort of agenda just to discriminate against the black race.
Do I have to tell you guys that this is a mature conversation and that already the stream, we marked it there, it's not for kids, okay? This stream is not for kids. You have to be willing to have robust conversation. Sometimes we like to touch the nerve so that we can have this particular convo. If you're too sensitive for this, please, you have to bounce. But if you know that you have it in you to have a mature conversation, don't worry. We'll open up these things so that we can. On X, you have to follow us on X, because on X, when we open up these spaces, you have your little 2 cents. Some of you guys can add your 2 cents, and some of you guys, you can add your 70 cents, because some of you guys are smart. There's some people that are smart here. You see, we can't generalize all 230 people that are here right now and say they don't think. Most people that are here, we respect you. Actually, we're going to assume and say there's 229 people here who are thinking, except that papi that came out here to say your microphone is from Europe, except him. Yeah. So South Africa, talking about skin, talking about dictatorship. Afrikaners.
The Boers of Africa, what people are just saying
of South Africa.
Of South Africa, the white farmers of South Africa.
The Boers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What about them?
They are they are claiming that they are being persecuted against, that they are being unalived by the people and not being protected by the black South African government.
Yes. They're basically out here saying that we're being persecuted and our land is being taken away from us. They are actually saying, can you guys believe it? Can you guys believe this? Listen to this one. I don't know if you guys know about this particular story, but don't worry, the rules is here. Those white Afrikaners or those white Boers in South Africa are claiming that there's a genocide currently happening against them right now. They're being unalived in the masses.
That is utter crap. There is nothing like that anywhere in South Africa.
Hey, we're not Afrikaner. Don't lie. Even though we've had this supposed democracy in South Africa. Don't worry, we're still coming back to the Captain. Even though we've had this democracy in South Africa since 1994, when Nelson Mandela ushered in supposed democracy, even though the black folks have been in power since 1994, that Afrikaner has still been living a better life than most black folks. They're still in control of the freaking land. 80% of the land is still in the hand of the minority, still in the hands of the Afrikaners. Majority of black South Africa is still living in townships. In Guguletu, in Langa, in Alexandra, in Soweto, in Nyanga, in so many freaking townships that doesn't have water. Whenever they say there's low shedding in South Africa, low shedding, it's mostly black South Africa that don't have. All of these freaking Boers that are out here wanting to go to the US under the act of refugee seeking a better life, a false G-side, have all been living a cool life.
They've all been chilling, man. They've all been like, most of the things that are happening in South Africa, they have been privileged since in this 30 years of our independence, since that apartheid era.
Since the days of apartheid.
Yes.
Since back then.
I mean, they are not the ones facing most of the unemployment, the whites of South Africa. They are not facing a lot of unemployment issues.
Still now, they have the privilege of having whites-only towns.
Yes.
In South Africa. Orania is a white-only town. In this South Africa that you see here, in this South Africa, that's privilege. So let me tell you, the same people that are out here saying we need to have Orania, a white-only town, are still the same types of people, same culture, same skin, out here saying there's a G-side against us.
What nonsense.
And now we get to go to the US to get US citizenship. The same freaking folks who've had the privilege of having whites-only towns like Orania, like Klemfontein, for the preservation of our culture, of our Afrikaner culture. The same folks are the ones also who are out here saying, there's a G-side against us. And the orange man says, oh, I'm so sorry. Come.
That orange man, it's so questionable where he got his information from. Who do you know that lives in South Africa that told you this is happening on a daily basis?
He's got Elon Musk in his right ear.
He knows nothing about South Africa.
Elon Musk have never liked Julius Malema for a reason, because Julius Malema has always been for that repatriation of land without compensation. You folks just took all this land for free. This is a new South Africa. There needs to be some form of land reform. First of all, you need to show us how you acquired this piece of land. It's so fertile, it's so huge. Look at all these freaking acres. Just your family alone here? No. This is a new South Africa. Majority of South Africa are in poverty right now. We need to take all this land and put it back in the hand of the state. Or better yet, if you intend to keep this land as a farmer, you need to start showing us what contribution are you making to the public. It's fair. It's fair. These same freaking people who complain about crime, for example, in that South Africa, are still the same people who don't want to come out here and find solutions so that the way of life of the people can improve, so that these desperate acts of crime can also diminish. You understand? The reason why there's so many freaking crimes there in South Africa is because people are in desperate situations. And they're in desperate situations because they live in townships. And they live in townships because these Afrikaners take most of the freaking land. This little puppy, listen, you're going to get blocked out here very, very, very quickly. And you'll never find an authentic account like this again if you don't behave. We don't like to block people, but be careful, boy. Show some freaking respect out here. Okay, this is not TikTok. He's tapping like he's on freaking TikTok. Here, just listen. It's a masterclass in progress. We're teaching you. Okay, boy?
Yeah, this white Afrikaners. My goodness. And even the fact that we have to say white Afrikaners.
These Afrikaners, man.
Yes, Afrikaners. They are just opportunists, and they said, Trump said this about South Africa, and now I'm going to ride this wave. I'm going to get a free ride, a free airplane ride chartered by the US government straight to Austin, Texas.
And now, I think it was yesterday when Captain Ibrahim Traoré is the one and only president in Africa. Let's keep going on with Afrikaners. Like I've told people before, at any time during the middle of any conversation, I'll come out here and just say, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is the best. You must understand that. Don't say, Patrick, where did that come from? It comes from now. It's a revolutionary period. During a revolutionary period, the supposed individual, the chosen one, can come out here and disrupt any conversation. We're talking about Afrikaners in South Africa right now, but at any time, the rule will come out here and just waking you up and just tell, hey, by the way, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not a puppet. Okay, let's go back to them. It was yesterday that I think 37 or 49 or 59 Afrikaners already boarded a plane, right?
49 of them, they went to OR Tambo, and they stood there with their luxury baggage and their iPads and their earmuffs and their nice watches and Apple watches, waiting for their free ride to the US.
These Afrikaners, these supposed refugees,
Yes.
were at OR Tambo, the airport in Johannesburg, with freaking AirPods.
Yes.
What kind of refugee is this? This white privilege is in our faces, huh? They are here freaking saying we are refugees. There's a G-side against us in SA.
Yes.
So we're going to the US now. And the freaking styling with long hair and smelling nice and AirPods, iPads, backpacks and all.
Hey.
See the little girls with the backpacks.
They have their snacks for the plane in
With
their
the
back.
legs, with the legs up, waiting for the flight. What kind of refugee is this? You know, actually, some refugees don't take planes, huh?
No, they take boats.
They walk from this freaking country to the other country through the freaking border.
My goodness.
Talk about refugee. Like, for example, when there was a true G-side in 1994 in Rwanda, and those supposed Hutus and those Rwandese that migrated to the Democratic Republic of Congo walked there.
Yes.
They walked through those jungles, through those hills, through those mountains, through those rivers, through Lake Kivu. Not this freaking, in our faces, 2025, they're being taken from the freaking south point of the African tip, being flown. How many countries? That's not even against the freaking law. Because when you seek asylum, if your life is really that terrible, hello, puppy, lesson I'm teaching, you should go to the countries that are near you first.
Yes.
You don't go over the freaking Atlantic.
A completely different continent. Jeez.
You don't go over the freaking Atlantic to the you pick and choose. I'm a refugee. I'm going to go to America. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, in all fairness, they didn't pick it. It was the orange man who came out here to say we'll be taking them. But it just goes to show you, no way in this world you will see a foreign leader come out here and say, there's a G-side in East Congo.
Yes.
15 million people are displaced. It's not right. It's terrible things happening there. We don't care. It's not about the color. It's not because they're black. It's not about the color. Resettlement acts.
Yes.
They need to come and live in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Or they need to move. No way. You know why? Because those ones are black.
Yay! And they're the darkest of dark.
Even this freaking puppy that's here that's talking way too much, he knows that I'm being real here. There's no freaking place here on this planet where any leader will come out here and say, those black people are suffering in Haiti. Give them to me. Bring them to Germany.
No.
Bring them to UK. In fact, UK and in fact, America is out here saying, we don't want any despicable people from here, man.
Take out these despicable people. What third world country can take them? We'll give you $1,000 each. No, sorry. That was asking people in US to go.
You see the people that are overstayed there also?
Yes.
Come out and show us, and then we'll give you $1,000 so that you can go back to your country, says the Trump administration. Paul Kamara, pass the message, brother. We love you guys a lot. Keep up the great work for all of us to get the message. Love to Africa. Paul Kamara, Much love to you. Appreciate you. We will continue to do our best to come out here and be vocal. We cannot be quiet in these times, you know. We have to make sure that we do the needful. Believe it or not, I'm not scared of info. Says Papi. Okay, Papi, UK did that for years though, bro. Now you calling me bro? Don't call me bro because you're being disrespectful at the beginning here. Don't call me bro. Until you apologize, then we can become bros. Okay? All right. So that was South Africa. Let's go back. Let's go back to the creme de la creme, to the west coast of Africa, Burkina Faso. So BBC released that article. Do you have something there that you can read regarding that freaking article from BBC? Because BBC is coming out here to push that same freaking narrative. You know what the narrative here? Let's push any form of narrative that will make sure that we brainwash the African people into starting to accept, you know, the push narratives to start to brainwash, to educate us.
Yes.
Slowly but surely. First it was Michael Langley. Let me come out here and lie that Ibrahim Traore is using the gold to only amp up his security. He's not looking after the Burkina Faso people. First, let's address that. Michael Langley, General of African. First of all, it's a lie. And second of all, it's Burkina Faso's gold. Burkina Faso can do with its gold what Burkina Faso wants to do with its gold. They are free. It's none of your freaking business what Burkina Faso does with its gold. If the people say, we love Captain Ibrahim Traore and we want him to lead us, you shut your mouth. Shut your freaking mouth. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, man.
Nobody else comes out here. No African nation comes out here to try to pick its freaking nose in any of the affairs of any of these European countries or the West or whatever and try to dictate to you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Shut your mouth. We don't even... Yes, we're using it to amp up security. So what? We have every right.
Yes.
It's our goal. We can do with it whatever we want to do. And that's what Captain Ibrahim Traore also said in his interview in Moscow. He says, what's most disappointing is that this particular general of African, this Michael Langley, is allowing himself to be used.
Yeah.
Because of his skin. He's black.
It's very clear to everyone in the world, man.
And he knows that he's being used to push wrong, false narrative against other black people. Captain Ibrahim Traore even went as far as saying, just like this used that same skin to do the same thing to Libya.
Yes.
And by that same thing, if you don't know if you don't know how to read between the lines, if you can't remember the time, we're talking about Barack Obama.
Hey.
He was the president of the US in that 2010 when they finally invaded Libya. Yes, same skin. It was the message pushed under his administration. He regrets it now.
Yeah.
This particular Barack Obama. He says that was the biggest freaking failure of his presidency, of his political career. That was the biggest mistake, the biggest disappointment to have gone into Libya. And today look at Libya. Because wherever Barack Obama sits now, it's very simple. From the rules, if ever, I mean, that particular position to ask a question, is very simple. What are you most proud of? Is the former freaking president of that US.
Yes.
And what's the one thing, if you had to go back and change, what's the one thing you'd go back and change? He will say, 2010, we should have never gone into Libya.
Yes, man. He was cowering down to whatever they were telling him to do, just because he was the black president, the first black president of the United States. It's nonsense.
And he also had the contribution of that particular woman that I don't like so much. Crooked
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary. She was the Secretary of State of his administration back then.
Yes.
They were sitting there. She was the one who comes out here with one in that freaking video, and she has a smirk on her face to say something like, "We went, we saw, and he conquered or he died or some shit like that." She came out here freaking bragging.
No.
Over a decade later, look at the Libyans. Look at the Libyans.
Suffering.
Man, it's messed up. Libya is anybody can go to Libya and do whatever the freaking hell they want to do in Libya. So many different, it's become now a freaking ground for any freaking insurgent to come out there and create major atrocities and chaos. I feel so sorry for the women in Libya. Atrocities and chaos and all that crap. Thieves of note. It's atrocities happening there. There's nothing there.
Like there's no moral compass in Libya at the moment.
So that place went from being one of the great places in Africa when Gaddafi was alive in there. He was giving houses to couples. Newlywed, you guys just got married. The rules. You married now, take a house. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Look at that way of life, that beautiful life that Libya was going towards. And just because he had a great idea to create the dinar currency that was going to be backed by gold.
Yes.
Imperialism couldn't sleep. Imperialistic fools could not sleep. They could not sleep. Oof, what is this? This will destabilize the dollar.
Yeah.
We cannot allow this to happen. We have to do everything in our power to destabilize this, to sabotage this freaking thing.
Keep the dollar running in this country because this will up our GDP.
Keep pushing, bro. Thank you, Emmanuel. Appreciate you, Emmanuel. Much love to you. And also, it's the same imperialism nature that's out here trying to push these false narratives on Burkina Faso, who we can all see the great work that Burkina Faso is doing. Like we said before, one true fact, when France was a partner, were they ever a partner or were they just sucking, a parasite of note? Some of these colonial powers France is a parasite to these colonies.
Yeah, but France in its nature, if you look at French people, France in their nature, they are very stingy.
They don't spend.
They don't. They keep everything for themselves.
The French are not ballers.
No.
I'm telling you, you've never met a freaking French person who's out here balling. They don't spend. They are stingy as hell.
Yes.
That guy will stand there and ask for discount. My friend, does this look like a freaking market to you? There's no discount here, bro. That's the price. Take the price. They don't spend. To crack a deal with a French person? Remember when I was doing those rechargeable batteries?
Yes.
And I was dealing with that French dude. I was telling him, look, I want it in bulk, bro. I want it in bulk.
Yeah.
This is bulk. This is not retail, huh? But he wanted to almost sell it close to that retail price. I'm saying I want a freaking 1,000 pieces, bro. You can't give me at retail prices. You got to put that freaking price down. This is business.
Yes.
No, the French doesn't want. It just wants to.
Stubborn. They are just thinking, where can I make more money?
So when they have the opportunity to come out here and steal gold, they will do it. They will never build any infrastructure, any decent infrastructure in any of those colonies. Look at, what is the name of that island that's close to Madagascar that had also some, I think there was some form of weather condition thing that happened there, and the people there, they lost their homes and their belongings, and Macron, who I like to say croissant, ended up over there with his white t-shirt. You know, croissant, Emmanuel Macron, whenever he visits any African country, he has the audacity and the arrogance not to wear a suit. He just comes out here with his plain white t-shirt.
With those t-shirts.
With his shirt, only the shirt. So these African people here, I don't need to put on my suit. Let me just put on my white shirt. That's how he indirectly just doesn't respect any of them. There was that country, I forgot the name of that particular country, but even that country, those people were crying there. They were saying, no, you have to take care of us. You have to find a way. You have to do this. You have to do that. But he was just making empty promises. It wasn't Haiti, bro. It wasn't Haiti. I said next to Madagascar. How did you end up in Haiti, bro? Anyway, that particular story is not that important. But these remaining colonies. Let's talk about the Ivory Coast. Mayotte. Is it Mayotte?
Yes.
Mayotte or Mayotte? Yes. It happened there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, when he was in Mayotte. Even those ladies, they were even holding him. Hey, talk here, man.
And he was becoming very rude. Yes.
He was coming out.
Yeah.
The true him was coming
The
out.
Frenchness came out of him.
Those French people don't spend, man. So Burkina Faso is right. You have to kick them out of your country and start to use your own reserves, your own natural resources to build yourself. We love Burkina Faso and we'll continue to support Burkina Faso. We wish all the puppets in Africa had the balls, the tenacity, the bravery thing, the revolutionary thing, to do the right thing for its people. Burkina Faso is out here and it's got our attention because it's doing exactly what all of these other freaking countries in Africa should be doing. Democratic Republic of Congo, East Congo, that particular freaking war has taken 30 years. 30 freaking years. And in this last 30 years, since 1996, 15 million Congolese have lost their lives. Puppets are fighting against one another there into that Rwanda and that Congo. Man. So, whenever we see any one of these people coming out here trying to push a false narrative, we Pan-Africanists with a tone like this, unapologetically, will come out here and call them out. You understand, you puppy? Yes, it's true. You understand? And anyone, any student, any kid, like this particular freaking individual here who's saying, I'm European, even them, they will get it from us because it's these types that are also out here pushing wrong freaking narratives by creating false accounts. You see those accounts with no face, no name? Those freaking people, especially on TikTok or X, they'll be out here in the comment section to just tweet some racist crap, some colonizing crap. Like this fool here who said this mic is from Europe.
Yes.
These ones also, we need to call them out. There's a lot of people who do that kind of crap. Okay, the island is Mayotte. Yes. Thank you very much. Somebody's taking initiative here. Paulo Mingus, thank you very much. Yes, Mayotte. The Mayotte people knew that France had an obligation. You say this particular island is under your control, under your governance, under your leadership. You have a responsibility to come out here and attend to the people.
Yes, a natural disaster happened, so give them the aid, give them the money to be able to rebuild. Yes.
Why are they in that freaking situation in the first place? A lot of them are so freaking desperate. You could hear it from those ladies in Mayotte that it's been terrible for the longest time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes. So those French people, don't ever expect a French person to come out here and think for you. Don't ever expect France to come out here and turn a leaf. Even this supposed revolution that's happening now, even if Burkina Faso, even if they were to write an agreement now, even if Burkina Faso or Captain Ibrahim were to come out here and say, okay, France, you can come back. We'll talk about it. You're the colonizer. We'll talk about it and so that we can see eye to eye and find a way forward. Even if Captain Ibrahim Traoré came out here and said that freaking France will come out here and say, it will sign, but it will still never freaking do it.
No.
Because they're stingy by nature. They have stinginess in the fabric of their veins. They're stingy, but never. They only have hospitality and you must pay for that hospitality. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
When you go to that freaking France, like I was, by the way, in that Georges V. Yes, it's there, but you must cough up the money.
Yeah.
They must cough up the money. It's not cheap. But they will never freaking come out here and try to play fair. Look at all that gold. France needs to return all the gold it stole from Burkina Faso. In those reserves that they have in that France, a lot of that gold is from Burkina Faso, from Mali, from the Democratic Republic of Congo. The truth, we will not, when it comes to talking about the truth, we're going to make sure that we say it loud and clear. You see this, okay, let me find a name for this freaking papi. I don't want to call him papi no more. From now on, it's just a worm. You see this little worm here? He's out here now saying big ups to Ivory Coast.
Yeah, because there's someone here that just says, I'm from Côte d'Ivoire.
If you're from Côte d'Ivoire, you have to listen. What's his name or her name?
Essis.
The
one just on top of...
in Côte d'Ivoire, my first time on this platform. Welcome, Essis. Welcome. All right. Okay, now, Essis from Ivory Coast, listen. We are of the opinion that there's no free speech in Ivory Coast. Because you, my brother from Ivory Coast, not you personally, But what you see, I'm turning it down a little bit.
Yes.
Because he's showing respect.
Yes.
So I don't want to go at him. I don't want him to take offense. But my brother, this is a general opinion and the sentiment that's currently brewing around Africa when it comes to Ivory Coast and the Ivorians. We are of the belief that your president, Alassane Ouattara, is out here working with the French to continue to destabilize Burkina Faso. And allegedly, yes, allegedly, but we expect you Ivorians to also come out here and hold your leader accountable. You need to come out here and ask true questions to your Ouattara. You need to ask him, listen, Wena, the entire African community is out here saying that we are working with the French to continue to train terrorists who are working with some of these Fulani boys, these freaking terrorist people,
Yes.
to destabilize Burkina Faso. And Burkina Faso has a Captain Traore who the whole freaking world loves. We are not looking too good right now. We Ivorians. This particular Ivory Coast right now is starting to be seen as the gateway to potentially the destabilization and the attacks that Burkina Faso is experiencing. All those freaking 20 coups and all, apparently, they are coming through Ivory Coast. You need to ask your Ouattara.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there actually freedom of speech to be able to find this information out? Or ask it.
Do you have freedom of speech
Yes.
in Ivory Coast? Because so far it looks like they don't have.
Or what is the opinion generally from the Ivorians?
They haven't said shit, huh?
Yeah, because that's why I also want to know what is the general opinion with the Ivorian citizens on what Ouattara is doing.
In Cameroon, when you speak up, you go to jail. Vivian, you are so right.
Yeah.
Because it's still that same freaking place there. You see, that Paul Biya in Cameroon, the 93-year-old freaking grandpa who belongs in an old age home, who's been in power for 43 years, that one who's intending again to run next year.
Hey, it's a joke.
My God, why this wickedness in Africa? Please. Why this wickedness in Africa? I mean, this is a grandpa. He fought on stages. He started fighting on stage about 10 years ago.
Yes.
When he was 80. When he was 80.
So the signs were there 10 years ago, but yet in 2025, I'm still going to run again when I am 92 years old.
In 2026, I'm going to be president again of this freaking Cameroon.
Nonsense.
You understand what I'm saying? This Paul Biya also, we know that there's no free speech also in Cameroon. So my friend here is right when they say, Vivian is right when she says, in Cameroon, if you speak, you go to jail. Because there was a time last year when Paul Biya was missing for 6 weeks, remember, after his freaking trip to China.
That was just so funny, the way all of us, people asking, where are you? Where are you? All of a sudden, media reports.
The grandpa is chilling in Switzerland. According to his freaking health. And his Cameroonians are looking for him. The freaking government comes out here and say, hey, you, don't ask where your president is. Anybody caught out here, especially on social media, asking where Paul Biya is or talking about his health will face charges.
Yep.
They came out here to say it on freaking TV.
Don't ask about your president, man.
Zero free speech over there. At least the Cameroonians, I feel for them. They want change.
Yes.
That regime must come to a freaking end. Same as that freaking regime in Equatorial Guinea with the Obiangs and the Nwamba over there. It must also come to an end. When I saw that particular one, that puppet walk in Moscow, because he was there.
Yeah.
That OBM, the president of Equatorial Guinea, he was there.
Yes.
The guy can't even walk properly.
Yeah.
You can just see that greed. The greed. The guy's been in power longer than kings. He's longer than monarchs.
Yes.
He's the longest reigning ruler or president, whatever the freaking title is. 46 years.
He's tired, man. Give it up. And it mustn't go to your party of a son. It must be someone completely different.
The son is the one, the vice president of Equatorial Guinea is the son of the president of Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah.
He is that one who parties on Instagram, lavish lifestyle and all. In our faces. These puppets are out here living an opulence lifestyle to our faces. And we have these worms here who love it the way that it is. You see, a lot of these freaking people who live in these other places,
Yes.
like in Europe, they don't care about the human rights abuses that happens in Africa. You know why? Imagine a French person. A French person doesn't give a crap about what France is doing to be able to get.
No, all they care about is as long as the lights are still going, my car is running, khalas, I'm fine.
Yes, we don't give a crap if the uranium that France used to buy from Niger, France bought it at less than $1, and the same grade of uranium, we bought it from Canada for $200 or euros. We don't give a crap if it's fair or not. We just want this freaking Eiffel Tower to remain lit.
Yeah.
It's a romantic night. We want to French kiss here. Instead, French kissing a lot. That's what we want. And we want to build freaking tourism. You people must fly here. That's the craziest part, to see some of these freaking African politicians, or puppets like I like to call them, fly over to freaking France and take pics with those Eiffel Towers. Every single time I see one of these freaking puppets taking pics in Europe, I just want to walk over there, take that freaking phone and smash it. That's what I want to do. Actually what I tell them.
You want to do like the Kenyans did to Ruto. Just take your
Take
shoe
a
off
shoe.
and just throw it at
Go
him.
home. What are you doing in Paris? You're not supposed. Don't let me catch you in Paris again, you puppets. You have work to do. Go home, man. That's how we have to speak to with them. Yes, because we're not politicians. We're activists, and we come out here with our realness and authenticity and tell them the truth to their freaking faces. Just like that particular Ivorian, who knew that Alassane Ouattara couldn't do anything to him in France because that's not Ivory Coast. You understand? Who saw Alassane Ouattara at the airport and he started telling him, stay away from Ibrahim Traore. Stay away from Ibrahim Traore. Don't let me catch you. We know what you're doing.
Yes.
We know what you're doing with the French. Stay away from Ibrahim Traore. Yes.
Soon he's not going to be going only with those 2 bodyguards. He's going to go with big, nice, muscular ones to protect him.
Vivian, you're welcome. You're from Cameroon, right? You're welcome. Yes, that Paul Biya needs to retire.
Yeah.
And it's not just him. There's another one in Congo, Brazzaville. That one must also retire. There's too many puppets out here who've been in power for decades. Even Paul Kagame of Rwanda must retire. 26 years in power for what? He's been sponsoring that freaking militant group called M23 who continues to cause chaos in Congo. That one also must fall. Welcome if it's your first time. If you haven't subscribed, feel free. We welcome new subscribers out here. We welcome new minds.
Yes.
New minds. Thank you very much. Follow us on X. Follow us on...
TikTok.
We don't give a crap if you follow us on Instagram or not. If you want to, you can. But it's not really a must. Instagram, what? What you going to see there? My pictures. Lifestyle. That doesn't push a message. Just, that's that. But do the X thing. Because with the X thing, we get to tweet at least. We release our statement, our views and our opinion on the many things that are happening in this world. And also, for example, after this freaking live, I am going to tweet regarding this recent visit by Donald Trump, who's currently, as we speak, in Saudi Arabia. He landed in Saudi, huh?
Yes, he did.
I'm sure after this Saudi trip, Donald Trump will go to Doha, Qatar.
Yeah, Doha, Qatar. Yeah. You hear that he got a gift from them.
Did you hear? They asked you a question. Aline is asking you, did you hear about the gift that Donald Trump got?
From the Doha royalty.
From the Qataris. The Qatari. Anyway, somebody from Qatar is called the Qatari. Okay, if you didn't know, now you know. Somebody from the UAE is called the Emirati. Somebody from Saudi Arabia is called the Saudi. Or, Saudi Arabian. Yes, okay? We can't assume that you people know everything. right? Because we have a puppy here or a worm here who doesn't know anything. So we have to make sure that we speak in terms that brings value. Okay, somebody from Burkina Faso is called the Burkina Bay.
Yeah.
Okay, hello. Light bulb for one of them.
Yeah.
I keep hearing Burkina Bay, Burkina Bay. Is that the country? No, it's not the country. The country is Burkina Faso. The people from Burkina Faso are Burkina Bay.
Burkina Bay.
Yeah, and the capital city is Ouagadougou. Okay, European. Okay, African American. Hello, my African American. We love you with the love of the Lord, but we have to teach. Okay?
Ouagadougou.
Ouagadougou. Okay? This Burkina Bay person is from Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, hello. You know, we keep assuming that a lot of the people that are also watching here know Africa. Since when did we suddenly just accept that a lot of these African Americans know how Africa is? A lot of them don't even freaking know whether Africa is a country or a continent. They think South Africa is in Nigeria. Hey, calm down. We're teaching. A little bit of a geography lesson for you guys. Don't worry, the rules is here. I told you guys from the beginning I'm talkative. West Africa, okay? Burkina Faso is in West Africa. West Africa, okay? Burkina Faso, together with Mali, neighboring countries, and Niger. These are locked land countries. They are locked land. Locked land means...
Landlocked.
Landlocked. Oh, thank you very much. Landlocked. It means the sea is... They don't have the sea. They don't have access to the sea. And that particular sea right now there is the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, Papi? Papi, are you listening? The Atlantic Ocean. This guy did it to himself. He should have just came out here and shut up and just let the masterclass go on. But he took it upon himself to want to say this freaking mic is from Europe. So we had to be teaching him. Yeah, we have to teach him and say, look, if I open up these freaking screws here, there are components of Africa. This is an African mic. Do you understand, boy? This one. Let me... Bang, bang, bang. Yes, African mic. Can you hear the sound? African tone. Some of these Europeans, it's the tone already that bothers them.
They can't handle like, hey, this black man is speaking in a tone and he's got a mic there.
I didn't know Django's actually existed. This must be a Django. This is one in a million. It's an exceptional one. This yeah, look here, unapologetically free Africa. You understand what I'm saying? A spirit of Pan-Africanist up in here. We will not bow down. We are awake now. The mission is self-reliance. African independence. Okay? Out with the freaking colonizers. France, take your little troops and bounce. There's no time for this crap. We shall do it ourselves. Not according to your freaking standard no more. It's the spirit of Ibrahim Traore out here. Yes. Hello. So, boom. Anyway, since we're back in the Confederation.
Yes.
We were talking about these three countries. Anyway, also, somebody from Niger is not a Nigerian, okay? Is a Nigerian, not a Nigerian. You get Niger and you get Nigeria. It's two different countries, okay? A person from Nigeria is a Nigerian. A person from Niger is a Nigerian. Two different freaking countries out here. Okay, Papi?
Different pronunciations.
Different pronunciation, but these people are actually similar. If you've traveled, if you've had the opportunity or the grace, the blessing from above to travel like we have, we've been to these places, you see that there's not actually much difference between these people. There's no difference here. Why aren't we united already?
Yeah.
With these Fulanis. There's no difference, man.
Yeah.
When I go to Sierra Leone, I think I'm in Nigeria sometimes. They speak, there's a little bit of a English there with a little bit of a Francais there.
Creole.
Like a small, tiny little, but not like the real Creole, like similar to the one you get in Haiti also. But
yeah.
It's nice. And then you go to Ghana. Hello, welcome. Papi, are you listening? You go to Ghana. Oh, Ghana is beautiful, huh? The Ghana, there's a reason why a lot of African Americans love to go to Ghana. Because also Ghana was the first country in Africa to get their independence. Okay? In 1957, Ghana was the first country to gain independence.
Yes.
Okay, Papi, you listening, Papi? All right. Papi says I don't have a car. You don't have a car? Why are you telling me that for? Why are you telling me you don't have a car?
I understand.
Anyway, so Niger. No, before Niger, let's go to Mali. Mali, and this is going to tie into something very important that I'm going to say. The ruler in Mali,
Yes.
they came out here to suspend all other political parties. Says from now on, no more other political parties out here until further notice. What?
No more political activities.
Yeah, no opposition, no political party until further notice. A lot of people have a lot to say about that, huh? A lot of people, the obvious thing for people to come and say here is, oh, of course they say that. These military people, they love to hang on to power. He doesn't want to leave power. He promised in 2024 that there would be elections for there to be a civilian president, But why is he suspending it now? He wants to cling to power. Is this a form of dictatorship coming into play? Why is he suspending that? And this particular Ibrahim Traore also, why are the elections suspended for the next 5 years? These people, do they want to hang on to power like this? Look, I am for that.
For removing the political parties.
We don't need freaking democratic elections now in the Sahel. For what? This freaking democracy doesn't help there.
Because I think that, because they are Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they are making a movement of Pan-Africanism, gaining their sovereignty back for each country. This needs a continuation of the current thinking, the current mentality to stay there and complete it.
Yes. Guys, where are the super chats? Where are the super chats? Come on, you people. You see how long I've been talking here? And I even forgot about these super chats, guys. Come on, support the channel. Thank you for the super chats. And this little puppy, you should have been sending a lot of super chats here, huh? I've just been giving him free shout outs here.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're right, huh? It's very, very risky now to come out here and want to conduct these elections.
Yeah.
Because right now, there's a lot of freaking enemies, as you can tell, especially in Burkina Faso. The country is not strong yet.
No.
There's a lot of freaking those. Even in that 1960, when this African country got their supposed independence, you can't move from not having independence to immediately being in a democratic situation. So you used to be a slave, and now they said, okay, bang, independence, but you must follow this freaking system, huh?
Nonsense, man.
No.
They won't be able to stick to it.
Because that particular country that's now sovereignly got its independence is still basing everything on the freaking system that was installed by those colonial powers in the freaking first place.
Yeah.
You need to dismantle the freaking thing. If it's true independence, thank you very much. We need to be a freaking authoritarian country first if we have to. We need a dictator out there, a form of dictatorship first.
Yeah.
And then inch by inch, we'll grow and develop ourselves in a way to get there. It's still you're still basing, you need to, if you're look here, if I've been telling you what to do as a colonizer, I've been telling you what to do this whole time.
Yeah.
The day I say, Khalas, you have your own life, I'm going. And then I go.
Yeah.
Regardless of what I leave behind, the best thing for you to do, the smart thing for you to do is to remove everything from the freaking table. You need to scrap the whole freaking thing first.
Yeah, start from over.
Because at the end of the day, you need to be proud of what you are about to start doing.
Yes.
It needs to be something you create, something you feel strong about, something you love, your baby. Your baby. You can't be out here just raising this freaking child. I left it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You need to say to yourself, like, okay, They are gone now. That Musungu is gone now. Those freaking red uniforms are gone. Are they gone? Are we alone here? Did you? Okay, guys, come. First, you thank the Lord. You thank the Lord.
Yes.
You're happy about it, and you get ready to embark on a journey that is, first of all, yes, it's about the right to self-determination. The right to self-determination. You understand? Not the right to come up here and uphold the system you're leaving behind. That is not true independence, and definitely not the right to come out here and continue to pay this freaking colonial pact.
No way, man.
Fake independence, man.
Yes, completely scrap the system that the colonizers left behind to say, okay, we've given you the ABCs. And now all of a sudden that is the entire thing that we do? No.
The only thing we're going to accept as you colonizers leave is this medicine.
Yeah.
It's just the medicine. The medicine we will not throw away.
Yes,
Just keep the medicine here, and then that's the only freaking form. Even before the medicine came, the doctor's gown.
Yeah.
There was ways we were healing ourselves. The Chinese didn't play in their freaking games, huh?
Yes, the natural healing from the plants in the jungle. Yes, man.
Till this day, especially Rastafari, people from Rasta, they know how to heal themselves. They don't come out here and completely rely on Western medicine and all that kind of crap. So when they come out here like those little panelist women in UK who are out here saying there was some benefits to colonization, shut your mouth. There was a way people were living.
Yeah.
But they just wanted to come and impose the crap. So anyway, I believe we don't need freaking elections in Mali or Burkina Faso or Niger anytime soon. As long as these people are performing.
Yes, and I wouldn't really call this what the Mali and Burkina Faso and Niger are doing as dictatorship.
It's
No,
not.
It's not at all. That
But
is the
this-
complete wrong term.
But that freaking Western media that's out there will come out here and try to push that freaking narrative to try to eat at the minds of these African folks and say, look, those are dictators.
Yeah.
But when the same freaking dictator is operating under their wing, like the Ugandans of the world and these Rwandans and all these Paul Biya, then it's not dictatorship. And Paul Biya can, it suits these American or it suits these European countries very well, or these colonizers very well, when they install a puppet there that stays there for 5 decades. We don't have to reshuffle the freaking government down there. This particular puppet is well trained. Give this particular puppet a state visit and let him come up here.
Yeah.
Yes, give him a state visit, butter him up real quick. In the case of President William Ruto from Kenya, as the Americans, let him stay at Blur's house. Let him feel it, okay? And while he's soaking in the jacuzzi, while he's walking the walls of this particular historic house, this mansion, tell him that we need 4,000 of his Kenyans to go and fight in Haiti.
Oh,
The
my
puppet
goodness.
will sign. We're not here to negotiate with puppets
Yes,
or
man.
persuade them. We simply tell them what to do because we give them aid. This particular leader in Burkina Faso is annoying because he doesn't want our aid.
He's saying, I don't need your money, IMF. Thank you, but no. Keep it for yourself.
He's annoying.
Yes.
It's annoying. We cannot control this one. And not only can we not control this one has the capability to galvanize the entire black race, man. He's out here persuading. Look at the rules over there. The rules is out here talking full force for him. The rules is out here freaking releasing these live streams, talkative non-stop. He can go on for days. Talkative to the core, built for this because of the spirit of revolution.
Yes.
This freaking Ibrahim Traore is annoying. We need Alassane Ouattara from Ivory Coast for us to do our deed, our wrongdoings. We don't care if it's wrongdoing or what. It must be done. We need to get in there and get back in charge. That's the freaking types of conversations that are happening behind closed doors. Imperialistic talk. That's how they speak. Who the freaking hell are these monkeys? It's freaking monkeys, man. They sign on the dotted line. It's a continuation of colonization. We have the first right of refusal. It means whatever they discover in the freaking land, As France, we have the first right of refusal. We decide if we need it or not. If not, we still reserve the right to tell them to keep it in that Burkina Faso, not to sell it to anybody else. And their troops can never be trained by Russia. What the freaking hell is going on in 2025? This kid is out here flying to Russia, talking about partnerships, talking about universities, talking about all this, talking about infrastructure, connecting all the cities of Burkina Faso. This is an insult. That's how they feel. That's where they get their freaking courage to then train these freaking agents to go out there and try to conduct these freaking things.
It's nonsense, man. They're completely pushing the wrong narrative about Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore is God sent to the African people.
Who are you, Mark Travis, for you to come out here and say we are not imperialistic, we are a constitutional republic? Who are you? Introduce yourself. Yeah. This is the rules, okay? And you are on the rules' live stream. Who are you? Introduce yourself. Don't worry, we are up for a robust conversation. You are American. You are Black American or you're White American? Travis is a black guy's name, right?
Yeah.
Like Travis Scott.
It can be both.
Can be like a white Travis?
Yeah, it can be.
Oh, really? Are you black or white, bro? I told you this is authentic. Yes, it matters. It matters. It matters, bro. Are you black or white? It's a very simple question. I'm black. And I'm straight too. It's not a freaking big deal, man. This particular live stream is not for kids. Just answer the question. You just want to argue. I'm not wanting to argue. Don't you have a point to make? If you have a point to make, what makes you think I would argue? You're talking to a very reasonable person here. If you, as an American, black or white, you don't believe that you are an imperialistic country, how then do you perhaps explain the many different things that you people do in Africa? Is white. Okay, fine, no problem, my white brother. How do you explain the many things that you people do here in Africa?
Yeah.
We are not imperialistic.
Yes.
We are a republic. We are a constitutional republic. Which constitutional republic? Have you ever participated in the many campaigns that your own leaders take part in? And how your own leaders refer to your own corrupt system? A constitutional republic.
Yes.
You know, F-15, what's his name again?
Which one?
That F-15. I don't know why I can't roll my tongue around it. That guy.
Mark Epstein.
Yeah, that's a constitutional republic.
Yes. That one.
These
The liberties.
my friend. The UAE, the Middle East has been in a freaking mess because of the freaking US. Even their own current president right now, that Donald Trump, he says we should have never gone into Iraq. I said there are no weapons of mass destruction. We should have never gone into Iraq, this constitutional republic. America is responsible for so many freaking wars on this planet. It's unreal.
So many distractions. So much.
Although we like the administration of Trump, I've always liked Trump. I like Trump. Of course, when I say I like Trump, I'm not saying every single freaking thing that Trump does is top notch. Look, it's impossible for an individual or a candidate to come out here to do the best of everything perfectly, and you never see any wrong, and you never disagree with them ever. We're living in a fake world where some people sometimes will come out here and call you out. You say you like Trump. What do you think? Okay, I disagree with what he did there. Like right now, I disagree with the picking and choosing that Trump is currently doing in South Africa with these Afrikaners.
Yes, with the refugee status.
And be willing to stand on stage and lie and say there's a white G-side in South Africa. That's a freaking lie. Although I like Trump and I wanted him to win against that Kamala, here I can also say, look, wait a minute, yes, you've won, and let's work, let's talk.
Yes, yes.
It's not you've won and then I turn my back, you can do whatever. No, you've won, okay, fine, you're better than Kamala, stay there, yes, make America great, we want that. No wars. In your administration, there was no wars. I like that about you, Trump. Okay, but now what the freaking hell are you doing down here? Why are you lying? Why did you read it from a false report? Is it Elon Musk? Why are you lying to say that there's a white G-side in South Africa? There isn't, there's none.
Your sources are incorrect, Trump.
I'm not talking about Bush. Who spoke about Bush? My local church has been to Africa. Okay, that's good. I don't know how to take that, bro.
I don't know. And
It's good. I voted for Trump. He won. Yes, I wanted Trump to win. Okay.
that's good.
That's good. Yeah. My friend, you're making this conversation light. Let me go back to this, what do you call this place? This Mali. So, Mali, Burkina Faso, democratic elections, not now.
Yeah, keep it. We have to stick to we cannot defer from what we are trying to do for our country right now.
We would be stupid to come out here. It's the same situation. Okay, let's go to East Congo. It's the same situation that's happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Do you guys, Mark, do you know? Okay, I'm sure you know. The Democratic Republic of Congo is in Central Africa, in the equatorial region. Okay, Papi, in the equatorial region. It's now called Congo.
Yeah.
During Mobutu Sese Seko's regime, the dictator who was in power for 30 years, it was called Zaire. That's where Patrice Lumumba, another hero, another big name here in Africa, is from. Patrice Lumumba. Anyway, Patrice Lumumba, independence 1960 or whatever, and then after him, that regime of Mobutu Sese Seko since the 90s. After that, the Rwandese with that Paul Kagame. Paul Kagame, I call him the sophisticated puppet. Paul Kagame, because he's out here doing a lot of crap in the interest of the West. And so many players are involved over there, but he likes to play a big game. Yeah. Paul Kagame from Rwanda. Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, that mess there, that has taken the lives of over 15 million Congolese since 1996. That mess there. If now, for some reason, there's this peace deal that's happening here with the US, Mark, with the US, with Trump. We say we like Trump. At least Trump is here in Congo. All of those freaking past administrations like the Obamas and the Bush and the Clintons.
They did nothing. 30 years that this atrocity has been happening.
1996, we had Clinton. He was bad, very bad, that one. So all of those administration with those past US presidents, they couldn't do nothing. And we all know that even the US is the main beneficiary. US, those private companies there, and in that Europe, those were the main beneficiary of all that looting.
Yes.
That was happening in the that's still happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo through the gateway, that Rwanda is the gateway to blood minerals, that Rwanda, that Kigali, that Paul Kagame, that regime that's been there for so freaking long. Yes, there. So anyway, I was saying it's the same situation that's happening there. God willing, there's a peace deal now. And this peace, and finally some people stop being unalived. People stop being, that's what we want first. For people to stop being unalived. 15 million Congolese in the last 30 years is ridiculous numbers. A silent freaking genocide has been happening there for 3 decades. Nobody had crap to say about it. UNICEF came out here just doing these freaking ads with Liam Neeson, who was selective about which freaking war-torn countries to speak about.
Never once did any that UNICEF do any sort of those ads for Democratic Republic of Congo.
And that's been going on for 30 years. They have the audacity to still come out here and say, this war, like Marco Rubio was saying next to Donald Trump, this war that has taken time in East Congo for 30 years. You knew about it. Stop introducing it to these people around the room as if they don't know about it. And if you don't know about it, they knew about it.
Yes.
But they want to just take credit. They want to take credit here and there and there. Anyway, that freaking war. If peace, people must stop being unalived. But now, Felix Tshisekedi, who's the current president of the Democratic Republic of Congo now, who is serving his second term.
Yeah.
In 2028, that's when the next elections are.
For DRC Congo.
But Felix Tshisekedi, he's serving his last term. In this war, there's a potential deal here for this war that's taken 30 years. Do we need a new puppet who would have, for example, the same tenacity to do what Felix Tshisekedi is doing now. And hopefully, don't worry, I know that the Americans will come out here and still try to take and bounce, but we need to watch them closely.
Yeah.
We don't fully trust the West, by the way.
So what is being said in that minerals deal needs to be 100% in benefit for Congo.
What about people that go to Africa to hunt? I don't know. We'll talk about that sometime, my brother. But yes, so do we let him just... It's the same thing in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Let these leaders, these cool leaders, stay there. We don't need these freaking democratic elections now, man. Stay there, man. Continue to build. We want to see more roads.
Because they are making
more roads, more infrastructure, positive changes.
Yes.
We can't allow... You see, if any one of these freaking people that are trying to conduct a coup in Burkina Faso against Captain Ibrahim Traoré, if they were to succeed, do you think that they would come out here and continue on executing on the great plan?
No, because...
What's the point?
Yeah.
Let the guy do. The guy is doing. Do you want to know how you know that those coups are being orchestrated from France? Not from outside, from France. Just beating around the bush here. It's because the Burkina Bay people can see the drastic changes that Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing in Burkina Faso. No Burkina Bay in their right mind should come out here and say, this is wrong.
How can they?
This is very, very wrong. We need to take power. And then that person would come out here and try to tell the Burkina Bay, change has come.
Hey, that person's taking that podium will be very scared.
Whoever that coup, if that coup was to succeed in Burkina Faso, a new individual comes up here and says, this is what they were doing, this was wrong. We are the new ones to take power. It would be funny, huh?
It won't be shoes going onto that podium. No way.
Man, everybody will be convinced that a Western-led coup.
And then you see that road that they changed to the Sankara Boulevard is now changed back into France, that Charles Gouliard Road. They'll change it back there. That will be clear evidence.
Papi, I know you've been here for a couple of hours. Cool. Oh, Papi, me too, bro. Oh, so we're friends now, huh? Okay, great. Okay, before we wrap up. So, even Felix Tshisekedi,
yes,
it will be a thing of, please, I am for the adjustment of this freaking constitution to give you another free term for you to keep going on here. But you have to prove yourself from now until 2028 or 2027. Felix Tshisekedi, the president of Congo, has to prove himself because this particular war there has taken 30 years. And if there's a peace deal that works, we need to see drastic changes here. If we see drastic changes in Congo in the little bit of time that he still has left here in the DRC,
yes,
we the Congolese people ourselves will be willing to come out here and say, put that constitution down there for a second. What constitution?
Put that constitution down.
Put that democracy down there.
There is no need for that. It's like Ibrahim Traore said.
30 years.
Yes.
It's 30 years. You can't assume that whether a Fayulu, these are the other people, right? These are the other parties in Congo. I'm sure you guys don't know. The Fayulu or the Moise Katumba or any of these one, the Nanga, the ruler of M23, this Nanga. You can't assume that they'll come out and start executing this and get along with the US and with this and start to push the vision. You can't assume that. It has taken 30 years to find peace in this place. Let the person who somehow, I know he's corrupt too, but let the person who somehow initiated this freaking peace talk continue on.
Yes, man. If it's going to somehow benefit the people of DRC in a positive manner, do it. Let him do it. This, Gretchen is just mentioning something here. He says, it is said that the demonstrators against Ibrahim Traoré in Paris were actors.
It is said. Okay, it is said. Who the freaking hell is it? It is a lot is also said, huh?
Yeah.
We don't know it is said. That's not a source, man. It is said by who? What did that person? It is said that were actors. They can say whatever they want to say, but we know, and we also know Putin. Of course, nothing is free in this world, but Putin, the Russians, they don't just work with anybody. You have to be a man of integrity. You have to. Your word must be your freaking bond if you want me to work with you. Okay, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Putin out here. I'll send a Boeing. I'll send a freaking Boeing to pick you up. I know who's behind your coups. Hey, let's indulge a little bit in that type of conversation that happens behind closed doors. You don't have to convince me about... I know why I'm sending fighter jets. It costs, huh? I know why you need them.
Yes. We are fighting the same people, man.
Yes. Fighter jets. Man, when has that ever happened? Papi, listen. Oof, whenever you speak about Captain Ibrahim Traoré, sometimes the vibration just changes. You know, the energy. I'm coming back now. I'm here. We're about to wrap up in a little bit, but let's put a nice conclusion to this live stream. When have you ever seen a black leader from Africa, a captain, a young man at 37 years old, sent a plane? I'm sending you a plane to pick you up. I need you to celebrate this victory day.
Yes.
You understand? Not just a plane. I know what the hell is going on. It's coming with a couple of fighter jets too. A black African captain.
And he's coming off that plane that was sent by Russia.
Yes.
He's coming out there with his army gear.
With
and
his posture.
Red beret.
With the red beret, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Never despise the days of small beginnings. Who knew this would happen? A captain with all confidence, supreme confidence, I'm telling you, walking down those stairs. Captain Ibrahim Traoré. You understand, Papi? This is a revolutionary. This is no puppet. No aid will work. IMF, sit down. World Bank, don't call. We don't need you here. This is Captain Ibrahim Traoré. We will do it ourselves. We will be self-reliant up in the scrap. France, take your little troops and bounce. We will no longer use the freaking franc either. We'll do it ourselves. I am Captain Ibrahim Traoré, and in your face on a global stage, I will say, they are working with some of us to try to continue to destabilize us.
Yes.
That freaking Michael Langley must actually apologize. He's a liar.
How dare you say that we are using our gold resources for our own benefit? And if so, we are using it for protection.
It's none of your freaking business. Even if we create toilet pots with our gold, you shut your mouth, you go back to your freaking country. We are free to do with our gold in Burkina Faso what we want to do with our gold.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, man. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a lovely live, right?
Yes, it's been a good one. Yes.
I want to sleep well at night because I did my best towards this Pan-Africanist movement. Okay, Papi. Now you know what this account is. Feel free, subscribe. Thank you very much to all you guys that are here. Appreciate you guys. Wherever you're from in this world, stay cool, stay strong, have dignity. Don't let these freaking people buy you.
No.
You are not for sale.
No one is for sale.
No one is for sale,
Nope.
man. So... it's amazing there's no super chats here. With all that rapping. Guys, support the channel. Become a member. Well, you know, when you're a member, it's exclusive content. This is for the public. This is for the public. This authenticity, this rawness is for the public. Become a member so we can go into it fully.
We can,
this
we
is
can
for
have
the public.
full conversations.
Yes, and we can connect. So become a member, we can connect, we can exchange ideas, we can conversate and all that good stuff. Yes. Let me entertain a little bit of comments here before we knock out of here. Thank you, Travis, for being here. Appreciate you. Who else is here? Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. Like the live, guys. Thank you for double tapping. Thank you for liking. Thank you for liking. Thank you for liking. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Subscribe. 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 Follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok. Oof. It's a party on TikTok sometimes, huh? Jeez, that TikTok is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Follow us on TikTok. The username is the same. Rule like Patrick at Patrick Rules. Aces from Ivory Coast. Thank you very much for coming in. And thank you very much for being mature about the critics, a little bit of the critics we gave to your country. You took it well. You are mature. You are welcome. Welcome to the community. Guys, we're building a community here. So become a member. Become a member. We can even exchange ideas while we conversate privately. Those are some of the perks of becoming a member. So become a member, join the community, and follow us on X too. Patrick Fowles. I like that, huh?
Patrick Fowles, thanks.
Yeah, Patrick Fowles, thanks. Thank you, Estes. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. How's about a little intro so I know what the community is about? Thank you. There's already an intro there, but it's not up to it's not once you subscribe.
Then there's an intro.
Yes, once you subscribe and once you remember, it'll already be open to you. Yes. Thank you, James. You won't regret it. Wanted to know, what is this platform for? It's for African unity. Hello, David. We are Pan-Africanists when we are for a spirit of unity. We don't fight. We don't promote violence. And everything you guys love about Captain Ibrahim Traoré, that's what we stand for. Rules Voices is a platform that speaks for the voiceless. For the voiceless. So we speak on all matters concerning Africa.
Yes, we are against any form of human atrocities.
We for independence, African unity. African unity and independence. And we are against all forms of corruption. So we come out here and we call out all these freaking puppets that are out here stealing our money, our natural resources for their own good, bro. You know, David, you're welcome, David, you're welcome. Kenya, yeah, that puppet Ruto from Kenya. We call out all this freaking corruption that's happening here. Even in my Democratic Republic of Congo, we've been very vocal about the types of corruption that exists over there. We don't like it.
Yes.
And we unapologetic with this because we don't have time to beat around the bush. I've subscribed. Thank you, David. Appreciate you. Become a member now. Become a member.
Would you call it corruption?
There's a lot of corruption all over Africa.
Hey, corruption
is the foundation of the types of African countries we have here now.
Yes,
that's the foundation.
Yes, that's the entire government of Africa. Every country in Africa is just corruption.
Most of them, except Burkina Faso right now. But you see, the countries we have here now.
Yeah.
The state that we have, the state of the countries. The reason why they are the way they are is because they have a strong foundation.
Yes.
You need a foundation for the shit that we have in Africa right now. You see all these shit countries that are here with no infrastructure, no education, no healthcare. Because of these freaking puppets. These countries have been able to attain such heights of poverty because of the great foundation that they have in the corruption that they have. So that's why we are against corruption.
Yeah.
Yes, they have a great freaking corrupt foundation.
Yes.
That's why they are like this.
And Ibrahim Traore, Mali and Niger, they are fighting against that.
We are fighting against that too.
Yes.
Yes, even you can fight against this freaking corruption. Just don't come out here and catch yourself respecting these puppets that have been out here for decades on these seats, like in Cameroon, in Equatorial Guinea, here and there, just stealing money while the people continue to be analyzed for freaking sicknesses that can be easily cured out here.
Yeah.
Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. We're giving you a chance to subscribe. Put subscribe in the chat if you've already subscribed. Kindly put subscribe in the chat if you've already subscribed. Make one flag for us. There is already, not that freaking flag of African Union. That's a fake African Union.
That one. That African Union must be demolished completely.
African Union is the gathering of all the corrupt puppets in Africa. That is a useless institution with no backbone. Thank you, Betty P. Taylor, for subscribing. Appreciate you. Who else has subscribed? Kindly subscribe. Somebody double or tap the screen. Somebody was liking when I was saying that African Union has no backbone. It's a corrupt institution. 60% of its money or its funding comes from the European Union. So it's only about a lapdog for the European Union. It does nothing for any African countries. It was one of the first freaking institutions to come out here and remove the membership of Burkina Faso from that useless institution of African Union.
Yes.
It's the gathering of all the puppets. A single puppet can cause a lot of freaking damage out here. Now just imagine a collection of them.
No.
And they're being paid at the same time.
They are just they are just causing chaos in Africa.
What about Angola? That Angola was very happy to be the mediator between Congo and Rwanda. You know, upwards of $40 million was allocated to Angola for Angola to handle these freaking talks. What did Angola do in this past 3 to 4 years as the mediator? It only but ate that money.
That money just went into complete, I don't even know.
That Angola, they come from the Dos Santos family. Before this particular Joan Lorenzo, before Lorenzo, it was the Dos Santos family with that daughter also. They've been eating the money of Angola for decades. That Dos Santos family.
They built their wealth.
Yo, the corruption that happens in Angola. And Angolans, they like to just lay low. They'll just be kizomba. You know what is kizomba? They just be dancing out here, partying in Cape Town. They just go out there and party all over the place. Anywho. The railway deal with America, it's reason Angola becomes important this time. Yes, man, that Lobito Cardo.
Yes, Lobito. That's
Lobito Railway or whatever.
Yes.
It should be going through Angola, through DRC, and through Zambia. That Biden historic visit into Angola.
What historic nonsense, man, that guy.
Old man.
Yo.
They will do anything for money, Lens, the historic visit. The crazy part about that visit of Joe Biden into Angola because of that freaking corridor, that Lobito, it was the way they lined up all those puppets. Felix Tshisekedi here, Lourenco here, Zimbabwe there. They just lined them up like that. They lined up 3 heads of states for one old Joe Biden who didn't know where he was.
What? Who's delirious in 100% of his speeches.
Of his delivery. Is that delivery? You call that delivery or spewing? Who is freaking muttering and not finding his words in 100% of everything that's coming out of him.
And now he is just quiet.
He should stay quiet.
You just be still.
He should find Paul Biya. He should find Paul Biya. And those guys must just go fishing. You've taken enough. You've felt the glory enough, okay? You old guys. Enough glory. It's enough, isn't it? Go home and stay home. I was ashamed when I saw African president like this in the front of Biden.
Yes.
You're watching the Hawks. You're right, brother. I didn't like it at all. James Saul says mumbling. Yes, Biden was mumbling like crazy. I was ashamed through, my guy. What the hell are they lining up these puppets like this? What pisses me off also the most is when these puppets go to like Italy Africa Summit. And you see 54 puppets.
You see one white guy.
Yes.
Just standing in the middle in the front row. And you just see smiling African puppets in the back there in their suits.
They're looking at Joe Biden. Look, Joe Biden has got one of those famous pictures. It's like he turns around like this. You see all the puppets are there? It's like he turns around like this. And he insists.
Yes.
He tells the puppets, I don't know if he's telling them to be happy or some shit like that. He's just like I go, what the freaking hell is going on here? There's one guy down there. All you see is 54 black puppets. Black emphasis on the black puppets.
Yeah.
A white dude is standing there who doesn't know where he is. and 54 black puppets. This is, you have to call a spade a spade. It's a one white dude who's got Alzheimer's and who doesn't know where the freaking hell he is, and all he does is mumble all over the place.
Yeah.
Telling 54 black puppets to cheer up.
Smile, guys.
Cheer up. And we Pan-Africanists, we just like, Africa. Why are you allowing yourself to be ridiculed like this? That William Ruto used to sometimes say, it's not right
That
one leader calls every 54 of us to go there. But he's the first one here to be first in line.
That was probably said in his campaigning days. But since he's in office, he's the first one on a flight, like you said.
Yeah. I think that these old men in politics need to take a seat and retire, because you cannot plan for a future of which you play no part.
Hey.
Well done, Jamie Sauls. Jamie Sauls had to tell me, take a look at my comment up there before the one I said mumbling. That's why I went to go read that one. It's true. They won't be alive in the future.
That Paul Biya, what are you still going to do changes for? And I'm sorry to say, it's going to come.
Phobia is 93. Do you think he's out here trying to liberate the camera? 43 years in power. What does he have to show? Let's go to Uganda. Museveni. 40 years in power, and he wants to run again. What difference does it make? Those Great Lakes. He's the godfather of those Great Lakes.
Yeah,
he tells Kagame what to do, and he controls a lot of those freaking rebel groups there. I'm telling you, those freaking countries, man, somebody who's been in power for 40 years in those Great Lakes in that Uganda, what do you think? He looks at other heads of states like Tshisekedi in Congo and say, what? You have 7 years.
Yeah.
You've been president for Congo for 7 years. This is your second and last term. What are you telling me?
Yeah.
I have things under control here.
Yeah, he's a cattle herder, no? He's herding the cattle. He's making sure that they're all falling in line.
Exactly. He's just be sitting there like, these are my Great Lakes. 4 decades in power. There's no judiciary system in Uganda that tells Museveni what to do or what the judgment is. No freaking judiciary system in Uganda or in that freaking Kampala tells Museveni what to judge. You think Museveni sits sometimes, depending on any case, and he's hoping that this particular judgment will go this way. I hope these judges will rule in our favor.
You must go to that Museveni administration. Ask there.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Thank you very much. What is this shout out nigger? I don't know what that is. But my people, Jamie and everybody that was here, ignore Ganari was, yes, I ignore him. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Appreciate you very much. Until next time, subscribe and become a member. We appreciate your support very much. Thank you for taking the time to watch us, to be a part of it, for writing, for participating. We appreciate that. A lot of people are just watching, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Follow us on X, same username. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, my people. God bless you and God bless Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
Yes, guys. Thank you so much. Much love and God bless.
Later.